Hey, in this video, I'm going to talk about a missing piece to the puzzle. Happens right at address, and it will make hitting the ball pure so much simpler. It's going to be a little bit different than you might see other instructors talk about. But hopefully I'm going to talk some sense into you, convince you that this is a much simpler way of getting done what you have been trying to do for a long time. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. If you get some value or enjoy this video, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe. So I see other instructors out there and they advocate for a different setup between driver and irons, especially short irons. So they would advocate with the driver that you look more like this, with an iron that you should look more like this. However, they're displaying in these videos one thing that's very obvious to me. They're trying to get this forward lean, of roughly 15, 17 degrees or so at impact, like this. That way you can hit the low point, hopefully in the right spot. You can make the ball get compressed more, go farther. But they don't display this at address. Here they are. The typical guy I see stacked now has the handle dead straight with the club's leading edge, no forward lean at all at address. So at some point they're going to have to find that anyway. You can't just lean forward and have it back like this without having to make an adjustment. So with the help of an alignment stick, let's take a look at what my mentor Mike Austin used to call using the correct lead, or establishing the correct lead. You don't see a lot of folks on TV doing this either. It seems to be kind of I don't know if it's just not in fashion right now, but people are making golf a little bit harder than it needs to be. So let's take a look at this. Let's say that I lay this stick down, and the stick would represent your low point. Now here I have it for a 9-iron, and you can see that my low point on a 9-iron is going to be about 2.5 balls behind. If you count the back of the ball as one, that's about 2.5 balls behind the low point. The low point is going to fall right about here, right about my left instep is where I'd like to reach the bottom of my arc consistently. So if you're not doing that, then that's something you'll need to stop and learn how to do, is make the low point. This will make it easier though, but at address, all I'm going to do here with this 9-iron is I'm going to lean the handle forward and I'm going to put it right on top of the low point, just like this. So that's going to be about 4 inches of lead. This back of this golf ball is about 4 inches. That's how far your low point is ahead of the back of the ball, about 4 inches on a 9-iron. And I've got the handle leaning forward 4 inches. Now, I don't need to go find this in my swing anywhere. I can just swing back to where I started. So first the proper lead, and then it becomes very easy to strike with the handle leaning forward and get the compression and the right distance out of the ball. Now here I also have a 3-iron. Now remember, the manufacturer of these clubs, whoever your clubs are, this is generally built into all of them. Put it on a loft lie machine, you'll see, in order to get the leading edge to make contact with the turf, a 9-iron needs to sit about 4 inches ahead. A 3-iron, however, is built a little differently. It's built for about 1 inch forward lean or so. But in this case, you can see how I don't need to change my setup. All I need to do is simply make sure that the butt of the club is on my low point, leaning ahead just enough. So there's a 3-iron. It has the tiniest, about 1 inch, because you've got it about, at the most 1 ball behind. So about 1 inch of forward lean there. And that way, you're just going to return to where you started again. See, this makes striking short irons and hitting the ball first and hitting it flush and getting compression makes it so much easier. With a 9 iron, my stance will be a little narrower and a little bit open, effectively making the ball appear to be further back. See, look, ball is slightly behind center. Hey, look, ball is way forward all of a sudden, but it hasn't changed relative to the low point. So there's a 9 iron stance. There's my forward lean. And now all I've got to do is just swing back. And I got a nice crisp forward leaning shot, ball first, turf second, strike that we're all looking for. But now all of a sudden you're 1 step closer, 1 step simpler, set it where you're going to finish. That's pretty easy, right? You know, like your kindergarten teacher taught you is if you open it, close it. Just, put it back where it belongs. And that's all you're doing here. Your brain, it's very easy for your brain to swing back to the preview that it just got 2 seconds ago. Now the 3 iron will be played reasonably close to my instep, maybe a ball inside. And this will be the same thing I just returned now. And again, you hear that strike. I'm hitting in front of it, but all of a sudden the strike, the low point is here, again at the line, just at maybe the front edge of the ball, but very sweepy. So that's how I'm going to get all kinds of compression. The right forward lean, plus a sweeping, not an overly steep angle of attack, which might come with setting your body up like this. Sure, you can get divots this way. It doesn't mean they'll have to be in front of the ball, but this is not going to guarantee compression. Instead, forward lean, added impact with more of a sweeping angle of attack is what will control compression of the golf ball. So there's the 3 and the 9. You can see that the 5 and the 7 are simply going to kind of fall on that same line. As the clubs get longer, they'll also move forward. Your stance will get a little wider, but it kind of looks like that. So essentially what you're doing here is you're doing about 1/2 inch increments. So the difference between, if you have a forward lean of 1 inch on a 3 iron, 4 inch leeway or lead on a 9, that means a 7 will be 3 inches, a 5 will be 2 inches. Your fairway woods and hybrids will be maybe just in front of the 3 iron. They're really designed to sweep and skim. And so the low point will be almost directly under the ball on those clubs. And then a driver, of course, is going to be ahead of the low point so that your club has a chance to turn upwards with the same setup and the same swing. So with a modification, add address in forward lean. Don't have it straight. Have it leaning to the correct measurement. Do that and you can line your stance up. There will be a little bit of footwork to do. A 3 iron will be more here. 9 iron will be more here. 7 and a 5 somewhere in between. Just by moving your right foot, you get the right stance, the right ball position, and the right forward lean already programmed at address. Then you just return right back where you started from, and you can hit the ball pure with every club in the bag with the same swing and the same setup, and you don't have to figure out when am I going to start leaning this way and start gouging into the grass very steeply. Give this idea a try. Set down your low point, stick. Make sure that, first of all, you can bottom out in the correct place every time. You can just practice, because this is given that you can control your low point and sweep it right in front of the stick every time, right off your left instep. But then it becomes very meaningful. Set the club at the proper lead to begin with. Golf just becomes 1 step simpler. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll take any questions and comments down below. As usual, visit my website, hititlonger.com. Check out the Pro Shop for all the great products there. And if I don't see you in the next video, I'll hope I see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.